Yeah, g'day ladies and gents, Rock Ranger 303. I just going to do a short video on a new rifle that I just purchased on the spur of the moment. It's a, despite what the box says, it is neither a Tikka nor made in Finland. It's a Hauer 1500 varmint and it's made in Japan. And I bought this on the spur of the moment because it was a good price, and I want to develop it into a long range rig, but I don't have the money to do that right now, so this is just sort of the first stage of it. So anyway, unboxing it. Instruction and safety manual. We'll have a look at that later. The bolt. Check for safe. And there's the rifle. Rid of this rubbish. So, at first glance, as you can see, varmint, so it's got the heavy barrel. The bluing looks really well finished, really nice. The stock feels terrible, very cheap feeling. Butt pad is very poorly fitted. There's gaps everywhere. It's uneven. There's a big mould line down the centre on the top of the comb there, and underneath the butt and down here. And that stock, just picking it up now, feels terrible. But anyway, for 500 odd bucks, brand new, you can't really complain. But anyway, I'll take this apart and have a bit better look at it, and then I'll come back a bit later. So I'm just about to remove the action from the stock, but before I did that, I thought I'd just, out of curiosity, just see what the factory torque settings were. So I'll just see if I can, when this moves, this is set at 10 just now, so it shouldn't move yet. Be surprised if it did. 15. No. Again, I'd be surprised if it did move at 15. This is 20. Oh, just moved a touch, so set at 20. I guess I would have thought it to be a bit tighter, but with this stock, if you tighten it up anymore, it would probably just crush down into nothing by the feel of it. It feels really, really cheap and light and flexible and spongy, this stock. So I guess they probably can't torque it down anymore than that. Otherwise, I've got a feeling it'll just pull right through it. But I may be wrong, but we'll have a look here. Yeah, so there's no pillars or sleeves in the stock holes like you do with things like Morsers and that. In the rear stock bolt, they've often got a pillar or a sleeve in there to stop it crushing down. So it's got nothing. In this stock, you can probably see the mould line there. You can see that really prominent mould line. It's probably not coming up as well on camera, but it's really obvious when I'm standing here holding it. You can see it down there. And it just feels really... I picked this up before I filmed it before, and there's a palm swell here which doesn't fit my hand. It feels actually quite uncomfortable, that palm swell there. So like I said, I don't know if you can see the gaps in the stock. That's quite prominent on the camera. It probably doesn't come up very much, but there's big gap there. Like, I can get my finger right in underneath it. Look at that. So that's pretty terrible, but that'll be the first thing I'll have to replace, and if it's a long range rig, I'll be replacing it anyway. So the bottom metal hinged floor plate, 4 rounds, I think. I'll have to check that before I tell everybody, otherwise I'll be having people get onto me. That feels like steel. I've got a magnet here. No, it's not. The actual floor plate is, but the surround is aluminium or some other alloy. That's steel. 3-position safety. The trigger, I had a bit of a play with it. It's okay. It's a bit heavy, but it's fairly free of creep. And like I said, I think it doesn't, I don't know how well it comes up on the camera, but the bluing is really nice and blue and even and nice and dark. The crown, if we can get the crown there, it's a bit dodgy, isn't it? Okay, you can see the crown is a recessed target style crown. And the bolt, dual opposed locking lugs, got a decent extractor on there, plunger type ejector, and last couple of numbers of the serial number have been scratched in there, but not a bad little sort of bolt knob, not like a, you know, fairly stylish, I suppose. And that's it for the unboxing. I'll get more into it in another series of videos. I'll talk about restocking it and the optic that I'll get for it and whatever. But like I said, I'm not made of money. The optic that I get will probably be a cheap one, and I'll probably just leave that stock on because I can't afford it and get it shooting. Yeah, so one thing I didn't mention before was that this is not the current model. I don't think you can, it's very easy to go out and buy these anymore. The newer ones are all got Hogue overmolded stocks on them. This one must have been sitting around in a warehouse for years, because it's got the old plastic sort of hollow stock that they had before the Hogue ones. And I've been on the internet trying to find out roughly when it was manufactured by the serial number, but you can't really do that. But it was manufactured well before the recall that they had. And in fact, if anybody knows when they started putting Hogue stocks on the on these Howers, that might give me a bit of an indication of when it was manufactured, just out of curiosity. So if anybody knows, that'd be good. But yeah, it's come to Australia from Japan by way of Reno, Nevada. So goodness knows how long it's been floating around since it was manufactured, but nothing wrong with it. It's all still greased up and everything. Now that I've cleaned it off, it looks good. Yeah, so that's just about it. It's pretty quick. I really only got this on the spur of the moment because it was a good price. I don't have the cash to trick it up the way that I want to. And in fact, I really should have spent that money on some other rifles that I've got that I need to do stuff to as well. But anyway, this was a good bargain, so I thought I'd get it. So the follow-up to this, when I develop it into the proper rig, will probably be a while. But I will get to it because I don't want to just leave this sitting in the safe. But 243, I don't know if I said before, I got a 243 because 6mm is a good long range caliber, got good ballistic coefficient and whatever. But also I'm going to use this for hunting as well, and I want to have the option to take out bigger game if I was going to use a lighter caliber, like a 223 or 22-250 or something. This just gives you a bit extra authority on those bigger game like goats and pigs and whatever. And I didn't want to go 308 because I've already got heavier calibers like that. A mid caliber like this is good. So I've played around with it a little bit. This has been checked for safe. The bolt needs a bit of work on it. It's a little bit rough, but it's okay. But it just needs a bit of working. The trigger, as I said before, it's relatively free of creep. Breaks at about 3 pounds, I think, just by feeling it. I haven't measured it, but have to work on that a little bit. Solid rubber recoil pad, I don't think I mentioned before. 1 in 10 twist, so I won't be able to use really heavy bullets, but heavy enough for what I want to do. And once I shoot the barrel out, hopefully I'll be able to replace it with a faster twist and shoot the really heavy long range bullets. But that's a while away yet. Like I said, I'll probably get a cheap optic and just use it as it is, because that way I'll be able to shoot it, and then when I can, I'll upgrade it. Anyway, that's it for now. When I get the readies together, I'll follow it up and document for you guys the process of turning it into a long range rig. But until then, thanks a lot. See ya.